Once the public entrusts its funds to the care of your organization, you are responsible for ensuring the proper use of these funds by taking all necessary steps to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse. Your organization's internal controls, those processes and procedures that safeguard assets and achieve your organizational goals, will help you comply with federal regulations while remaining fiscally diligent. Responsibility for the success of your internal controls belongs to everyone in the organization, from top to bottom. The federal government acknowledged the value of internal controls when it first set up a mandatory regulatory framework and instituted compliance audits for any recipient of federal funds. The federal regulations and guidelines are consistent with the nationally accepted framework of the Committee of Sponsoring Organizations, or COSO. The federal government does not prescribe a single internal control program, but it does provide guidance that is specifically designed to help agencies comply with federal regulation. Here are some of the general categories. To see how the guidelines might apply, let's look at an example related to activities allowed or unallowed. If your organization expects to be reimbursed for materials, or any other project expenditure for that matter, your state DOT, as the oversight agency, must first authorize the project work activity. No local public agency wants to pick up the tab for unallowable expenses, so your organization needs internal controls to be in place that ensures proper project authorization before any procurements are initiated or work begins. Let's look at real property acquisition and relocation assistance. As an internal control activity, prior to your employees acquiring real property or handling relocation assistance, they are trained in the requirements of the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act. The foundation of any effective internal control program is documentation and managerial oversight. If your organization doesn't have written procedural manuals or desktop instructions, it becomes difficult to demonstrate that it is following federal requirements. The same is true for managerial oversight. If no one is responsible for implementing and monitoring internal controls, it is reasonable to question whether any are being followed. The reality is, compliance auditors will place considerable emphasis on the quality of your documentation and overall control environment. By now it's clear that internal control is not the function of a few employees in your organization, but the responsibility of everyone. So it's important to consider your answer to a few key questions. What role do you have in ensuring the transactions are properly executed and recorded? What role do you have in ensuring that organizational assets are safeguarded? Are you using written procedures that are up to date and readily available? As a leader, are you modeling the types of behaviors that will lead to effective internal control?